Good day, everyone. Welcome back to this class. I hope you have been enjoying the class so far. So, if you have any question, always drop it in the comment section in the classroom so that it can be attended to. And in the last class, we talked about some tools in edit mode. So, today is going to be the continuation of what we have learned so far. So, in today's class, we'll also be in edit mode. So, we are still on edit mode because there are some certain tools that has not been explained and I need to explain to you guys. So, without any further ado, let's start the class. So now the short key is tab so that you can move from to edit mode. Now I'm in my edit mode. There are some tools that have been explained to us. So I want to explain the further tools that are available here. There are some tools that has not been explained here. So for you to be able to use them and know them. So you can always on your own just explore them. Yes, you can explore them. They are not they don't bite. So just explore them so that you know what they are used for also. I've explained extrude, I explained scale, I explained what do we call it? Insert, that's I explained rotation, I explained G, that's moving, and I explained some other tools. So in today's class also I'll be explaining some other tools to you guys. Now, some of those tools that we are using shortcut for, we have it here. So everything we are also doing, they are also here. So I will be saying it one after the other and showing you what they are meant for. So I talk about cursor. This is our cursor. Now when it is being clicked, so I can click my cursor here. I can click it around. You can see. So that's my cursor. Let me take it back. Excuse me. Yes. So now I have here the move to. Now so I have the move to here. I can move around. So then I have also rotation. I can rotate just like in edit in object mode. I can rotate in every axis as and this is my Z axis. So here also I have scale. I can scale here up, can scale. You see, I can scale, Don't use to do scaling stuff here. We do it in our object mode. So here I have transform to transform it. That's moving, scaling, everything, both scaling, moving, and rotation are in that transform. So you are doing all those things, they are in one. So if you want whatever one you want to do, is it rotate, is it moving, scaling here, then we have moving here. So the one that looks like an arrow is moving. The one that looks like the one that has a round ball at the edge is scaling, and the one that looks like this round thing here is what we call rotation. So that's that for that. So we have here, we have annotate. Let's see what is used for. So annotate is just like maybe you want to put something down, press something down. So it's also used for I can turn this into a mesh and I can make use of it. So also maybe you want to quickly write some certain thing down like that. So it's also used for that. So yeah, we have measure. This one is for measurement. To measure now, you can see from here to here, that's the height, the meter of this cube here. So it's for measurement. So it's measure. So this, you can see, that one is for measurement. So we have here add cube. So actually, yes, that's that. You can see it's adding cube. Yeah, you can see that is what it's meant for. See, so you can see. So let me delete that. So then we have extrude, like your normal extrude that we are using E4 the other time. So we have it here. So now let me come to my face mode here. Now I'm in my face mode, then extrude here. So it is going to pop this up, so then you can start moving it. You can see. So we have different kind of extrusion here. So you can see, if you want to see them, if you want to really see all what is inside the extrusion here, just click it down, left click, then you see extrude region, extrude manifold, extrude along normals, extrude individual, extrude cursor. So all these are still what we call extrusion. So you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we are going to talk about all of them now, right now. So if I'm extruding along normals, excuse me, undo that. So let me click here. So now extrude region is already on extrude region here. So that's what we call extrude region, to the region of where the face is going. So now if I click here, extrude manifold, it's almost the same thing with, but let me bring another mesh here. Let me bring a different mesh. Shift A to bring mesh. Let me use let me bring plane, scale, then separate from there, x y axis. Let me just bring it down here. So let's go back to our tab. So now I have extrude, we are in extrude manifold here. So now let me see, you can see, so it's almost the same thing with extrude along region side. So also let me bring another, okay, tab, shift A, let me bring another mesh, let's say sphere, UV sphere, then scale up, then GY. So now let me come down to my tab now. So now I have, that's extrude, you can see. So when you are doing some extrusion on different mesh, there's a way it applies. So when it is on this plane here, there's a way it applies to it different from this sphere. So let me undo that. So now let's come down to extrude along normals. So extrude along normals. Oh, excuse me, sorry, the other time. Now let's talk about extrude manifold on here. So now, for instance, let me click on, by holding down my, so I can do something. You can see that's extrude manifold. That's extrude manifold. So then let me come down to extrude along normals. For us to understand this thing very well, let me bring another mesh. What mesh can I use to explain that? Okay, let me use circle, scale up. Oh, before I scale it, let me delete it. Shift A. Yes. And then quickly, maybe 36. Let me use 36 first. Then 16. Just to test, just to 16. I think I'm good. Then scale up. Then GY, and put it here. So now tab. Now I have here is extrude normal. Excuse me. So now let's extrude this. What I also do is to fill the face first. No one that is not extruding. Now you cannot extrude something that is just a single circle. That's what I have an issue. I've forgotten. Pardon me. Sometimes there are some certain things that you will have forgotten. So now extrude this is now okay. Let me extrude this. So if I pick this, I'm holding my shift to select now. Let's see. So now extrude. Now we are on extrude region. You can see the way it's going. That's extruding the region. There's one side. So the region is going in Z axis now. So the region you allocated for it, that's the side it will be going. So let's now test other. We have extrude manifold. Excuse me, this thing. So now let's test our extrude manifold. You can see extrude manifold also. Look at the way it's going. So let's undo that. So and let's extrude along normals. Now you can see that's extrude along normal. So it's going to be going in different direction on its own. But you can see that these two things are joining together. Okay, but before that, let me quickly shift D, duplicate this. Sorry, you can't duplicate in what do we call it? In edit mode. So duplicate this here. Then let me move it down to my Y. So I have it here, then back here. So now I have this selected. Okay. And I assign that's extrude and normal. So this is it. You can see the way it's going. You can see the way it's going. So, but if I did another, let me tab. So let me select this. tab. Let me move it down to this side. Let's see. Now let's now go to individual. Now extrude individual. You can see that all the mesh are going individually. They are what? They are going individually. So instead of them joining together like this, all these two that I picked together, so all of them are going individually. That is extrude individual. So but before that, let me just I want to duplicate this also. Shift D, Y. So then tab. So let's see individual. Can you see? So tab, this, G. Let's see this, tab. So now the last one now. I want to talk about the last one. Extrude to cursor. Extrude to cursor. But this one I will not be using this. Let me delete this. Tab X to delete. Now let me bring my plane. Let me hide all this here. Let me press my A to all, then H to hide. Now Shift A. Let me bring a plane to really explain that. Then scale it up. Tab. So now let me rotate it first. Let me rotate it. Rotate X 90. Now it's standing like this. Can you see? So let me just scale it in X axis. I want it to just be like this. Scale in Z axis to just be like this. Then scale in X axis. Now, okay, let's go back to our tab here. Now let me select the edges. Now I want to work on the edges now. Excuse me, undo that. I'm working on the edges because it's already on. Let me bring it back. Let me click on on my edges here. Can you see, please? Let me zoom in. So now let's see what this extrude to cursor. Now let's see what it's going to do. Can you see? So wherever you are clicking, now it's extruding because this is where the cursor is. So that is why it's not. Let me undo that, and so you can see what I'm really explaining. Now this is it. It's already on extrude. So wherever you are clicking is also moving along the side. So wherever you are clicking, it's also moving along that side. You can see that is what this extrude here is meant for. Extrude to cursor. So extrude individual. You see that it cannot extrude that because there's no loop cut. Can you see? So this just the extrusion. So we will still make use of it. I just need to explain the different kind of extrusion that we have. Let me go back to my tab, my Edit mode, Shift A. Let me bring is sphere. I want to explain something. Scale up, zoom in. Now, so when you press your C, you can select randomly. So it's going to select. You can see what it's doing here. So now you can see what I'm doing. When you now press your mouse, the what do we call it, the wheel of your mouse, when you press it down, then you can clean your what you have selected. But if you left click, then you can select randomly. You can just select so that's that. So then you click on the wheel of your mouse to deselect them. So let me continue. Here we have should individual. So now here we have insert phase. Yeah, let me bring sorry, excuse me. Let me quickly bring my mesh, Shift A to bring a cube, scale, then G on y-axis. So now let me go back. So now insert face. Now let me come to my face mode here. So now insert face, see what it does. The shortcut, the short key for it, you know what it is. That's I. So instead of that, coming down here, going back, coming down here. So that's why the short key is very good. You can see insert face. Undo that. Now let me come here, insert face. Come here, insert face. Also come here, insert face. Now what I want to do is I'm come down here, hold down my shift. I can delete those faces. X, delete faces. So we have something like this. You can see. So we have something like this. So that's one of those things insert means. So it will give another face inside a face. Do you understand? So creating another face on a particular face, that is what we call insert. Yeah, so we have bevel, which I've explained also. So now I want to bevel the edges now, for instance. Now bevel works on a sharp object. Now I cannot bevel this stuff here. For instance, okay, let me come there, let me pick here and let me bevel. Now you will see that it will not really work. You can see the way it's doing. Yeah, it can't work at all. It can't work because this is not it doesn't have a sharp edges. It doesn't have sharp edges unlike this. So let me work on this and see what it's going to do. My tool that's on my edges. So now you see. So I can now, excuse me. So I begin to put the scroll of my wheel, then it will bevel that edges. This is it. Let me come back. You can see what it does here. That's what I'm saying. It will make that place not a sharp edges again. To make it not to be a sharp edge. That's what we call bevel. So now let's come down to this. We have loop cuts, which I've also explained. Okay, let me go back to my tab. Let me click on this. Let me bring it up. Rotate first on x-axis, then 90. So then let me bring it G Y, bring it down. Okay, let it face me, let it face my side. 90 here. So that's R plus Z plus 90. So now, okay, let me now come down here. Now I'm here. So now this is loop cut. Now when I click on it, then I can begin to, excuse me. So you can see, so I can create loop cuts, create loop cuts, create loop cuts. That's for loop cuts. Let me undo that. So here we have knife. Now let me bring another mesh. Let me bring another mesh, Shift A. Let me bring cube, scale up, then bring it out. G. For instance, this is then tab. Now this is knife. Now what knife does is to create another, it's just like creating another loop cut, but it's different from the normal loop cut you are creating. Is to create a different, maybe for instance now, if you are creating a loop cut will only create on this side or on this side. It's either on y-axis or z-axis. Do you get it? So it's either it creates this side or this side. So but knife, you can use knife to create a loop cut from here, then you can cut it to this place, then you press your enter. So it is, now you have created another face here. So now what you can do is, excuse me, now selecting, you can see that it is already a loop cut. Now if I go to my face mode, you can see there are now different faces here. You can see that there are now different faces here. That is what knife does. So knife is to cut, to bring in another loop cut, to cut the face into segments of which that you want. So we have here, that is for knife. We also have this. So pull it to build. So actually this one really works on it works with what do you call it, vertex. Do that. So we have this spin. Now this spin, let me undo that. Okay, let me work on this. Let me see what the spin will do. Or let me bring, did I need to bring new mesh? Shift A. Let me delete this. And let me delete this. So let me bring new mesh. What should I bring in? Let me bring cube also. Scale up. Then scale X. Okay, let me come down here. You see what spin does? Now spin is just to create something like, especially when you want to create an arc. Yes, if you want to create an arc, is It's good for creating arc, like something like this. So that is what spin does. Because of my time, I will still explain that in subsequent classes. That's for spin. I have here smooth. That's to smooth your mesh. Now, is to smooth your mesh. For instance, I have this. Face. So what smooth does is to smoothen your mesh. So it's to smoothen your mesh, especially when you have a sphere and you want to smooth it. Yes, it's good for that. So we have edge slide. So you can do a lot of explore. I don't want to begin to take time. So on your own, just check on other things and you will see what it does, because we still have a lot of things to do. Now I want to quickly work on this and explain what we call proportional editing. We have proportional editing. You see this thing here, they also work for something. You can see this is snapping. So to snap things, we're assuming we are extruding now, and or you want to place two things together, it will snap to each other. It will snap to one another. So this is what I want to talk about. That's what we call proportional editing. When it is being clicked, excuse me, you press your, maybe you want to move. You can see, you can scroll the mouse of your wheel up. Yes, you can see. So let me come to, okay, sorry, let me let me subdivide it, like create loop cuts, then create loop cut again. So now I have this. So if I press now if I click on this and I want to do a kind of moving, let me unclick that. Then I want to do a kind of moving. You can see that it's only moving that face that I've selected. It's only moving that face that I've selected. But if I click on my proportional editing, that's O is to select it. Then you will see what will happen now. G, you can see that it's moving them. The more you scroll, you can see what I'm saying. Instead of selecting the only face that I've selected, but it's moving it from all proportional stuff. It's moving it. You can see. Can see what it does. So I'll do that. So another thing is, if you want to, all right. So now let's quickly do a little magic here. Let me move to my 3D cursor here. Now shift right click here. Now, so I've moved my 3D cursor here. Now because this is already selected, so if I press my R, now this thing is going to be rotating in that axis. Can you see? So it's going to rotate in that axis. R. So for instance, I want to make it bend a little. So just press my G. For my G, let me move my cursor down here. So then G. So you can always twist, you can always do whatever it is you want to do. It's so the reason why this thing is not really bending very well because of the number of loop cuts that are here is not really much. I ought to add a lot of loop cuts so that it will be smooth in when it's bending. Yeah, because loop cuts also determines how your mesh will bend. Do you understand? So you can see that it's not really bending the way it is. So you can play around it, and I want to see something that you have played around with. Just play around, use your rotation, use your moving key, and let's see what you will come out with. So that and so before I leave from here, so let me select all these G. Let me put them in aside and put them aside. So Shift A to bring a new mesh. Let me use plane. Oh, my cursor. This is where my cursor is. All right. Let me scale it up. Scale it up a little bit. G down. Let me bring G Z axis, then G Y axis. So now I have this. So now to my tab. So I want to create subdivision. Now what I did was that I right click, then I'll create numbers of subdivision. Yes, I just want to create number of subdivision. I think 10 is okay. Now I think I'm good here. Now we are still using this proportional. So if I click on the middle here and I press my G, now let me, okay, it's moving from this cursor. Let me return my cursor back. Now to return your cursor back to its original position, and just press Shift S and put this, then click on this. Excuse me. So it's back to its original position. So let me close click to the middle of this, and what I want to do is that to move this up, G, can see. Now why is it moving this way? It's because now it's on smooth. So it's because it's on smooth. That is why it's moving in that direction that it is like. This is always used to create what do we call it, like valley, to create a valley, yes, stuff, yes, when a place is high or not. So we have other aspects. Let me undo this. Can also use sharp. So G. Now this one is sharp. Excuse me. Undo. G. Can see it's sharp. I also use random. We have these inverse square. We have a lot of them. We have constant, linear. So if it is on linear, let's see what will happen. G. can see. So that's that for that. So you can just play around. So I will see you in the next class. That comes to the end of today's class. Just to explain some tools to you, because along the line we'll be making use of all these tools, and may not be there's possibility or that I will not be saying them because of I've been carried away. I'm just using it so that you not feel like what have I used. I just want you to play around, explore your world, make use of something, and I will love to see you in the next class. So have a wonderful day.